Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Animac here from Anime Uproar, and welcome to a brand new podcast in our Rant Cafe podcast family, the Naruto Virgin Podcast. Joining me are my co-hosts from the One Piece Virgin and the Rant Cafe. You guys know them as Nux and Briggs.
Nuts and Briggs! Also, it hurt hearing you say Naruto like that, but sure.
Bro, you said it like Sasuke.
I'm gonna say Naruto, man.
Naruto.
I'm going through this whole podcast.
I am saying it like the ultimate Naruto fan, which is double for anime.
That's true. He's a fan.
No regrets.
Dude, remember that alpaca scarf? He's changed YouTube forever with his alpaca scarf.
Also joining us is my brother Gozen, the other half of Anime Uproar. And people say that we have similar voices, but you can differentiate us by how we say Naruto.
Ooh,
yeah, I'm gonna say Naruto, and I don't think Animac is gonna keep up the whole time saying Naruto. I feel like he'll give up eventually, but we'll see.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, I'm psyched to be here.
You call me annoying, bitch.
Oh, we should probably And this week on the Naruto Virgin, we're covering the first 9 chapters. What are we covering next week? Oh, wait, we don't know yet.
Yeah, well, you guys should know, because obviously
planned,
I can't be the one.
Okay, I have everything planned. I was thinking we should cover from chapter 9 to chapter 40.
No.
Okay, I just said that to annoy Animac. I take
whatever
it back.
the Zabuza stuff is, that's what we'll cover.
Oh, you want to do the whole Zabuza arc? Well, Animac has this thing where he only wants to read like 3 pages a week because, well, I mean.
Well, up to you guys, but that arc is so good.
Well, how about we start talking about the first 9 chapters, and I will figure out exactly what we're going to do.
All right, we could read through chapter 20. 10 to 20. It'll be.
How about we start?
Yep. Let's do it. Yeah, so, guys, this is pretty crazy because I know about Naruto from what I've heard. From what I heard from people many times. Like things like, oh, it's ninjas with superpowers. It's ninjas with superpowers. There's all these memes and all this other stuff. But I never specifically watched it. Like, I watched some episodes here and there when it was like airing weekly out of order, but I never got into it. So this was really interesting, kind of comparing what I came to expect, hearing you guys talk about it and everyone else talking about it, and then actually reading it. So first up, I thought that Naruto was going to be like this two-shoes guy because I kind of got the impression that, he doesn't want to fight enemies. He wants to talk them out of it, talk no jutsu, all that stuff. But he's actually a freaking shit disturber. He's like a prankster. And I thought it was hilarious, the shit he was doing.
Yeah, he's not like Goku. Like, he's not the same pure-heartedness. He likes the harem jutsu, which we'll get to.
Yes. Oh my God, that was so funny, bro. So when he does the ninja centerfold, that was freaking hilarious. And then he upgrades that when he learns the clone technique. He does the ninja harem thing. Oh my God, that was.
I love how he was able to do the sexy jutsu so flawlessly, and then his actual original clones looked so bad.
Yeah,
that was the joke.
Yeah,
but you see, you misunderstand. His original clone was bad, but his original sexy jutsu was a transformation jutsu, which he mastered.
It wasn't a clone jutsu.
It wasn't a clone.
So first it was a transformation, and then he incorporates it with the clones once he learns the clone jutsu.
No, but at the very beginning, he uses both prior to learning the actual forbidden jutsu, right?
No, it's not true. Like, no.
You could be transformation without the doppelganger, right?
He does the transformation in the first episode, and he does the harem jutsu in the second.
I'm just saying that having just read the 9 chapters, prior to learning the forbidden jutsu, he used both the sexy jutsu, just one of them, not a harem, and he used the original and failed, like the doppelganger one.
No, listen, okay, Briggs. So he uses shape-shifting.
I'm 1,000% sure.
Transform himself into the girl. And then when he uses the clone jutsu, he creates himself, but he's like on the ground. He's not fails. Only later when he learns the clone jutsu.
All I'm saying is that when he failed the test, he was able to use the sexy jutsu, and then his clone sucked. That's all I'm pointing out. That was the joke.
I guess the lesson to be learned here is that he put his whole heart, soul, and boner into it, and with
it makes sense because
following your passions, you could do anything.
Yeah, especially the boner part.
He wanted people's attention, so he practiced things like pranks and tricks like that. So he was good at the sexy jutsu while he sucked at the other one. But then it it's super cool because that, and actually never mind. Let's just continue.
Hell yeah.
So a lot of funny stuff was going on with his whole pranking and all that type of stuff. We also learned that Naruto doesn't have a family, and that he is in fact, or within him, he contains the nine-tailed fox spirit that wreaked havoc on the village in the past and created like natural disasters and all this type of crazy stuff, and killed his teacher's parents. And the teacher's name is, let me find, Iruka, something like that.
Iruka Sensei.
Yes, very relevant character. Yep.
Anyway, the point is, I thought that was also surprising.
And as they say, as the third Hokage always says in Naruto, Ohana means family.
Yeah.
Very
I think that was Lilo and Stitch. But
can it be both, bro?
fair enough. I think
that's pretty weak mindset.
Okay, Knox, stop. I was under the impression that the whole nine-tailed fox thing, because I know about it, but I thought that was like a big twist that happens later. I had no idea that in the very first chapter you learn Naruto has this nine-tailed beast inside of him.
Yeah, take that. Spoilers aren't that bad, are they?
Yeah, true.
They spoiled it for the first episode.
I thought it was like something that comes out later and it's like a big twist, but in reality, no. That's kind of the premise of the whole thing, and so the whole village kind of always looked down on Naruto because of his, the fact that he has this beast within him, and it's implied that he was doing a lot of these things like pranks and stuff for attention, because attention is all he could hope for, because he could never hope for getting any love from anyone, because everyone was either afraid of him or like angry at him because the beast killed so many people and all that type of stuff. And yet we later learned that, or I mean, the right way to look at it is Naruto's actually a hero, because he sacrificed as a baby. He was sacrificed essentially to contain this beast, no fault of his own.
Yo, that doesn't make him a hero.
Yeah,
okay?
Exactly. I agree with Nux here. That he's not a hero because he did something he has no control over.
You don't get to agree or disagree, because I'm not done. Now, the fourth Hokage specifically said he is a hero because he is undertaking this burden. Yes, it wasn't willing. His point was he should be treated as a hero, not as a villain. And yet,
I agree with that.
Like a villain.
But that
he should be treated as a hero.
Inherently isn't a hero. He should be treated with,
respect,
gratitude, and respect. But yeah, all right. Continue.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. I feel like the fourth Hokage could have or the third Hokage, whatever, could have definitely set up Naruto in a way that people could have like loved him, right? Like he's the savior. He's making all these sacrifices. No parents. No parents. He's gonna live with this burden of having to keep the village safe and keep this thing within him. Meanwhile, it's like, oh shit, the fox killed friends and family. You are now the fox. How did he get painted as the fox? It's crazy.
Dude, Briggs,
the
I'm
fourth
telling you,
Hokage
man,
makes mistakes, definitely.
The third Hokage.
I'm talking about the fourth. Oh shit! Yeah. No, never mind.
No,
the fourth did what he could. It's in the hands of the third now. Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling you, the third Hokage.
The fourth.
I feel like he could have done so much.
Yeah, the third Hokage should have done more for sure.
Because especially because
died, right?
The fourth Hokage died. The third Hokage is always painted as such a someone that's always looked up to, someone wise, someone respectable. But at the end of the day, this dude didn't.
He abandoned Naruto pretty much. Like he could have kept him under his wing, made him the honored grandson type of thing.
Yeah, Konohamaru is pampered like hell just because he's the grandson of this dude. And Naruto, he could have at least been given respect from the third. I guess he got recognition from the third Hokage, but he could have been loved more.
Yeah, I guess.
This dude lives in his own apartment, covered in ramen and instant noodle soups, right? Yeah. It's like my apartment.
Yeah, he's basically a teenage.
At the same time, he probably didn't expect it, He's like, okay, this person's kind of a savior. He probably didn't expect everyone to hate him, but people are ignorant.
How could he be so blind?
Yeah, but then
this dude had a crystal ball. God damn it.
Yeah, what's with the crystal ball was a funny touch.
Yeah, it was hilarious when he does the harem, the ninja harem attack, and then that's the exact moment that the Hokage is looking with the ball, and he's just like, "Oh God."
But honestly, Naruto versus Ebisu Sensei will forever be one of the greatest fights in all of anime.
Yeah, when he just attacks him with the harem ladies.
And he defeated a Jonin, absolute legend.
Bro, he's so OP.
Yo, the Hokage said it would have worked on him too. To be fair,
would you not be defeated by that?
Yo, Naruto is Hokage level confirmed. God damn.
First episode, bro, or first chapter. Yeah.
I mean, as someone that's flexexual, even I would be impressed.
Okay, quick little thing before we jump into going through things chronologically. Would you be okay with reading 24 chapters, Animac?
No.
Ah, this is so sad.
That's why I did what I did.
All right, I guess
that's the next arc.
Because 24 chapters would cover all the way to the end of the Land of the Waves.
So at the end of this chapter, or the end of the chapter 9, they begin their journey to the Land of the Waves, and Kakashi is tragically killed.
Yeah, did not see that coming, bro.
I know.
But he's still loved. He's still loved, even though he appeared in few chapters.
Even he saw it coming. Like, he notices something's going on, and then he lets them kill him. Like, I'm sure he didn't just trick him. Definitely not.
He's dead.
Yeah, man, he's just really popular for a guy who appears in 2 chapters.
Nah, bro, all of the love for Kakashi, it's all about the bell tests.
Exactly, yeah. And the fact that he lets the eraser fall on his head. How can you not love that guy?
What a legend, right? Come on.
Oh, exactly. I love it.
I do want to say, though, that I love that first teacher that he has.
Iruka Sensei. Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah.
He's the best!
I never heard him mention.
I like him a lot, man. He's a really nice guy.
Well, yeah, he's the only person that really believed and helped Naruto, and he had reasons to not do so. Like the
Naruto could have gone. Yeah, Naruto could have gone a completely different road if not for Iruka Sensei.
Yeah, what's it called? Because the fox ended up killing Iruka's parents, right? So it's like him of all people should have hatred like the other adults towards Naruto, but because he was put in a similar boat to Naruto, being orphaned, he could relate to him, and they were able to connect in that way, and he was able to like go past that hatred and respect Naruto, and they were able. Honestly, without Iruka, Naruto wouldn't be anything.
Exactly. Well, yeah, and he could have been like, again, a villain rather than a hero. And yeah, that part makes me emotional, man. Like how much Iruka, again, sees, he can relate from his own childhood. But yeah, that personal touch of just, my parents were killed by the demon fox, and yet I'm going to respect him. I'm going to do my best to make his life better. I respect that so much.
Yeah, and when he basically takes that giant shuriken in the back for Naruto, I thought that was really.
Oh my god! Yeah, that gets me emotional, bro.
So
that was a big
shit.
So Mr. Naruto, go ahead.
People don't talk about this dude.
Because he's ass.
I think he's a good character. He just doesn't remain relevant.
He's a great character. He's just not the strongest. So, what can you do?
Okay, at the end of the day, he's like a backstory character.
Fox is a big, power scaler. So
for me, it's about if you can't beat Goku, then there's nothing to talk about. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, so let's not even talk about Naruto, guys.
All right, what I wanted to ask Animac is, what were your thoughts on the Bell Challenge?
Oh, wait, before the Bell Challenge, that was so good. We can't do the Bell test yet.
Yeah, you skipped the kiss and everything, bro.
Okay, fine.
It was in chapter 3. We meet Sasuke and Sakura, right? They're classmates of Naruto after he's actually allowed to pass, to graduate, and become what is it? Genin?
Ninja. A Genin ninja.
Yeah. And then they meet each other, and Sasuke is like this. He is what I pictured, because everyone told me that he was kind of like this,
edgelord,
loner edgelord, which I absolutely get already. And then Sakura, she's like in love with him, and all the girls are. He's kind of like a teenage heartthrob, and Naruto's jealous of him, so he's like, "Oh, fuck that guy! I'm gonna show him up." And then they do this like stare down, and then accidentally they end up kissing. And I thought that was freaking hilarious, because a moment earlier Sakura was saying, I want to be his first kiss. And also Kishimoto basically flexed on all the Fujoshi. Because instead of having like them all fantasizing about them kissing for the next like 800 chapters, he was just like in the first chapter, accidental kiss, get it over with. Let's move on.
Yeah, man, they're not moving on, bro.
Sasuke and Naruto is the question. Do you ship them?
Obviously not, bro.
Bro, weak mindset. No, I'm kidding.
But what was amazing about how Kishimoto did that?
Someone that's been shipping Sasuke and Pakun for the entire Naruto story. That's okay.
You're gonna pick a lot of random characters.
Pakun. You know Kakashi's dog summon jutsu.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get these references, bro.
Dude, don't you make Naruto videos?
Yeah, but not about the dogs individually, bro.
Weak mindset. If you didn't rank every dog in Naruto, then I don't know what you've been doing.
I know, man. I need to re-examine my life.
It's all about the Naruto dogs.
No,
every
but
dog in Naruto explained.
I was gonna say one of the reasons it's so good is because Kishimoto sets up Sasuke to be so badass, only to have Naruto kiss him and completely like destroy that illusion. Like he's a human too, you know. So I love the way he did that.
Yeah, that was great. And no matter how edgy you could be, you could never escape the Fujoshi. That's the moral of the story.
Yeah, exactly. And then in chapter 4, Kakashi is introduced as a guy that's going to test them for the next part of kind of their journey, because even though they graduated, it turns out that 66% of people, even after graduating, have to go back for more training. And only a third actually passes. And in order to pass, you have to pass this test put on by this Kakashi guy who gets hit by an eraser in the head.
So each group of 3 has a different Jonin that's mentoring them, and so each Jonin would have a different test, I'd imagine. This one's very specific
Kakashi
to
is known to have never passed anyone.
Yes.
So I think the 66% was in general, like
yes,
general,
that was across everyone. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Kakashi specifically never passed anyone.
But I would guess everyone's test is different. Not everyone's doing the bell test.
No, that's Kakashi's thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and right away we learned that Kakashi's abilities as an elite shinobi or Jonin are just way above the students. Like he's reading a romance novel while fighting. He sticks his fingers up.
Yeah, it's like a porno, bro. It's like
a porno, bro.
It's like a 50 Shades of Grey.
Okay, this is kind of a spoiler, but I want to ask a question. Nux, do we know who wrote that? Yes or no?
No,
I don't think so. Not yet.
Not yet. I just meant like spoiler-wise. Do we know who wrote it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to remember.
What is it called in your versions? Because in the Viz version, it seemed like a romance novel, not a hentai.
Oh,
no, it's kind of like the.
As someone that watched the show, I believe the dub called it something along the lines of stepdad and stepmom, something big gilf mommy GF.
What are you doing, step bro?
It's like it's like a love novel, you know what I mean? But like with very graphic sexual stuff.
Yeah, and Viz it's called Makeout
Paradise. Belle Delphine's bathwater.
Yeah, so it was in Viz it was called Makeout Paradise, so I just assumed it was like a girly romance novel, not a hentai.
No, bro, that's manly shit. That's manly shit.
Yeah, man. Get out of here.
So Kakashi is anime recon confirmed?
No, man, that's a huge compliment.
They're equally strong, they're equally strong, the two of them. So he's doing that. He does the hilarious thing where he sticks his fingers up Naruto's ass. That's what happened, right?
You just threw the whole bell test like that. The bell test was amazing because here you had Sasuke. This dude is edgier than a goddamn thumbtack, and he couldn't do anything to Kakashi.
No, what made the introduction so good is that he's like, okay, only. What's it called? If you get the bell, you pass, but there's only 2 bells and there's 3 of you, right? And so right away, it's like from their perspective, okay, this is a solo task rather than working together.
And how useless was Sakura in that bell test, bro?
I mean, Sakura got beaten by Genjutsu.
They were all pretty useless.
Because that's the thing she allegedly excels
No, man, it's different level. Like Naruto impressed everybody. Yeah, he didn't succeed, but he impressed everybody. And then Sasuke was even more impressive. And then Sakura literally got Genjutsu'd and did nothing else.
I mean, come on, Genjutsu's pretty OP.
Yeah, no, I get it, but she was not useful at all. That's what I'm saying.
Only she was strict because he's in love with.
Yeah, that's gonna change, man.
He's in love with Sasuke, so she was strict, like hypnotized to think that he needs help, and then she was just like trapped. Yeah, pretty lame. But anyway, I did think that the test was awesome. We had the whole thing. We had the reveal that that Sasuke is part of the Uchiha family, which is the most elite family in the village, and he is already far advanced from a novice. He can perform like fireball techniques, which he should not be able to at his age. And also, we learned, as every true edgelord, he has vowed to kill someone.
Let's go.
To get his revenge.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because that is a epic and important part.
I mean, that's pretty much his whole personality at this point.
Nox, you reminded me, like when you said edgelord, it's like, yes, like he already has like vendetta against someone, and he's like, that's all he's focused on. He doesn't need friends. He doesn't need anything. He's just like, I'm gonna, be the strongest and kill this dude and get my revenge. So I mean, works.
Yeah, man. I'm also gonna kill.
Yeah, so I did think that the challenge was really good. Naruto did the whole thing with his clones, and then we learned that obviously we have the clone technique, the shape-shifting technique. We also have a switching technique, which is what Kakashi uses. He can switch out himself for one of the clones, and then the clones start fighting each other. He just like, gets away. And he can do that also with inanimate objects. He can do the switch. And Sasuke did the whole like fireball thing. He impressed. And like we said, Sakura just screwed up because she was only worried about Sasuke and she wasn't helping Naruto at all. Yeah, and then we learn afterwards, Kakashi's like, you all failed because the real challenge of this was teamwork. You're supposed to work together, and you were all just doing your own thing of the whole challenge.
So you are basically terrible gamers. That's what he was trying to say.
Yeah, and I mean, I liked that because it's true, like when you fight as a group and when you go on missions, you are going to need to use teamwork. And we also had that demonstration where Kakashi's like, you see that rock? Those are the names of all the people that died on missions, including some of my best friends. So he's saying like, this isn't no joke. This isn't about you, Sasuke, and your little, edgelord revenge. This isn't about you, Naruto, and trying to be the Hokage. It isn't about you, Sakura, being in love with Sasuke. You have to work as a unit. Otherwise, you could all die.
Yes, and there was that really serious moment when he straight up took Sasuke by the throat and said, Sakura, kill Naruto or I'm going to kill Sasuke.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was such a good moment and showing how dark this will potentially get as we go forward.
Yeah, and I mean, now they're in training, but when you go on like life or death missions as a ninja, it makes sense because, shit is going to go down. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm going to be the strongest and that's my goal and I'm going to get my revenge. It's like, no, you have to like evaluate every situation based on its specifics. You have to work together to maximize your chances of success.
Yeah, and that is the glory of a lot of this like early Naruto stuff that's going to be fun to talk about.
Yeah, so we learned, we saw that, and then ended up passing the test because when Kakashi specifically told them not to give Naruto any food because he tried to take the food without, against the rules, and then he left, they ended up giving him food because they were like, we need you to be a top shape if we're going to work as a team.
Well, actually, it's not just that they give him food. Sasuke's like, all right, Naruto, eat up. And Sakura's like, no, but he said that we shouldn't feed him. He said that if we feed him, we'd lose. We can't do that, Sasuke. And then Sasuke's like, no, we need Naruto. We need him.
That was good.
So pretty much Sakura failed. Only Naruto. Pretty much only Sasuke actually passed the test.
Sakura should have failed, exactly. But
Sakura, she was convinced by Sasuke, so she did end up doing it because he convinced her.
Of course.
And yeah, the idea was this: it's like we're not going to follow the rules. We're going to support our teammate so that we have the best chance of success. And that was kind of the lesson that Kakashi wanted them to get.
And then the best thing is like, Kakashi shows up after that. Like, he saw the whole thing, and he says, you cheated! And, like, lightning strikes behind him. It's like, God. Honestly, the Bell test episodes in the actual show, actually amazing. Probably 2 of my favorite episodes in all of Naruto. Like, the Bell test is so good.
It is because it reveals so much. Like we learn about these techniques, we learn about the whole world and the seriousness of being a ninja, and we learn about the characters of Naruto
and what Kakashi is trying to stress as a mentor.
Yeah, exactly. What was the line?
It's not all about just being strong.
No, he also says something about what's it called? People who disobey the rules are scum, but people who like betray their friends are even worse than scum.
I love that line. I quote my man Kakashi on that all the time.
And that's the big thing, right? Because Sasuke, for example, is clearly way above his age group in terms of his strength. But as good as he is, he's nowhere near Kakashi. So in this case, he has to work as a team to defeat him, because no matter how strong he might be comparatively, he still stands no chance against someone like Kakashi. And in the real world, they might run into people who are much stronger than them, so then they have to rely on the team, right? On their teammates.
Yes, and I really like that about Naruto. It's not like, a boxing match, which is fine, but it's not one-on-one. You get to enjoy these ways that people help each other and intersect.
Yeah, that's something that Black Clover, I think, does well as well.
Mm-hmm, it really does. However, Hajime no Ippo is still better than Naruto.
Hajime no Ippo is sick. It is.
I mean, I'm not sure I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, but you don't like Hajime no Ippo nearly as much as me, because you like Haikyuu better, right?
Yeah, but you said it's better than Naruto.
Oh, Hajime no Ippo is significantly better than Naruto.
I've definitely watched Naruto more times than I've watched.
But anyway, honestly, I very much enjoyed these first 9 chapters. I wasn't overly excited for the Naruto Virgin podcast, because I like Naruto, don't get me wrong, but I'm not in love with the series. But these first 9 chapters were an absolute nostalgia blast, and honestly, better made or better written than I remembered.
No, Naruto's amazing, man.
I definitely feel invested now with the story, with the characters, and we got some good world building as well near the end of these 9 chapters. We learned, so we have the different ranks: Genin, Chunin, Jonin, Hokage, and we learned about the 5 great shinobi lands, and each of them has a hidden ninja village, which is on par with that nation's government, and they provide the most important military forces for each country. Then we learned that the 5 great leaders, or shadows, Kage, rule each village, and for the Hidden Leaf Village, it's the Hokage. So that is the person that Naruto strives to be, the leader of the entire village.
Yeah, exactly. No, and that's all going to become more and more relevant. Like, I probably wasn't even paying attention to that the first time I read it. But yeah, it's going to be easy to keep up as it goes.
Yeah, and then they go on their first mission in chapter 9. They have to escort this bridge building guy back to his country, which is the water country. Land of the water.
I mean, they've been on crappy missions before that,
Yeah, so apparently
they caught cats, bro.
The one thing we learned was that the ninja in the Hidden Leaf Village, they do everything from assassinations to babysitting.
Yeah,
but usually it's different ninjas doing the two. It would be funny if elite ninja were babysitting.
Yeah, so there's
depends on the rank.
There's different ranked tasks. They started off doing catching a cat, which is a D rank mission, because they're still getting their D rank. And Naruto managed to convince the Hokage to give them a C rank, and it makes sense. You got 3 D rank ninja plus Kakashi, who's a elite Jonin, so a C rank shouldn't be too much trouble. But we'll see how this goes.
It should be easy for Kakashi.
Yeah, Kakashi should be able to do this solo.
Yeah.
And they
I wonder why he dies. But then he dies.
He's brutally murdered in chapter 9, and it's a big twist.
I can't believe they killed him like that. And
he's murdered by some 2 dudes that can
random guys, man. That's rough.
They can come out of water. Is that what was happening?
Yeah. I do like how Kakashi was like, why is there a puddle?
Yeah.
It paid attention. It showed the puddle.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I liked it.
Good writing.
And I wonder why this bridge builder guy is, why anyone would want to assassinate him. It seems so random.
Want to assassinate him, the bitch.
Seems like a random dude, but I'm sure there's going to be an interesting explanation for that. And yeah, it seems like this mission is going to have some higher stakes than anticipated because of what just happened.
Not to spoil, but PewDiePie actually sent out the hit on this bridge builder.
PewDiePie.
Man, that's a pretty big spoiler.
Can't believe you'd ruin that.
Animac didn't even get it. This is so sad.
That's a spoiler. That's a weird spoiler. I don't know. I'm sure you're making some kind of reference, but I'm not sure what that means.
Well, I mean, as we all know, PewDiePie's a big fan of bridges. Anyway,
why would you want to kill him if he's a big fan of bridges?
He was sarcastic. He's not actually a fan of bridges. It was on the bridge that he said the N-word, and he got like in big trouble.
Oh my god! Like what an obscure reference, Jesus.
I got the
Anyways,
reference.
I mean, if you're a real gamer, you'd get the reference.
I'm not a gamer, you know that, bro. Anyway, the overall definitely enjoyed these 9 chapters quite a bit. I already like Naruto as a character. I don't really care for Sasuke that much or Sakura, but I do like Naruto, and I like Kakashi for sure. He seems like a fun-loving guy, but also he seems like he has some deep scars.
I mean, Kakashi's probably my second favorite character in all of Naruto.
What's the first? Or we haven't met him yet?
Well, you haven't met him yet.
Okay.
Probably some random like clown-ish villain.
Maybe.
Hisoka. The cross between Hunter x Hunter and Naruto.
Dude, if only Hisoka was in Naruto. This is so sad.
I actually liked Sasuke at this point. I think he's a very interesting character. We'll see if that changes. But I think he throws in some cool stuff for Naruto to jump off of and for their dynamic to keep going.
Yeah, I honestly at this point I liked Sasuke as well.
I'm curious
Sakura,
about his backstory.
I'm not crazy about.
I'm curious about his backstory, but I'm like, in terms of his personality so far, I haven't been, impressed. He's just kind of like alone and doing his own thing. So we'll see. But yeah, I definitely am curious about his backstory. And what ended up happening to that Mizuki guy who tried to trick Naruto to take the Forbidden Scroll?
He's in jail.
Okay.
Naruto killed him.
Yeah, so what happened was, we didn't mention this, but the reason Naruto was able to get that awesome clone technique, which allows him to create clones that are flesh and blood, not just like mist, is because he was told by Mizuki to steal this hidden scroll that reveals this secret art. The reason Mizuki said this was because he wanted to get the scroll and blame Naruto for it, because Naruto's already an outcast and stuff. So that was the initial intention, but thanks to Iruka, Naruto learned the technique without being punished for it.
So if this scroll is so important, how was Naruto able to steal it?
That's true. Like, it's not well protected.
The whole thing didn't really make much sense to me anyway.
He used the ninja centerfold technique, which is very OP.
But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought it was kind of cringe.
So you're cutting out pretty hard.
The first part,
yeah.
The first chapter.
What?
The first chapter you're talking about?
Yeah, just repeat what you said.
I find it weird that there's this scroll, this ultimate scroll with the clone jutsu that a 12-year-old kid can learn by just reading the goddamn thing. And they don't teach this broken jutsu to literally every single ninja.
He works hard.
I was thinking, actually, I wanted to ask you guys about this. So the way that the powers work, these special powers, is you read them through scrolls and learn them like that, or you use the scrolls physically?
Scrolls are pretty irrelevant, actually. Though it explained, I believe it already explained, Naruto was talking to Konohamaru about it, that they have chakra, and that's like their life force energy that they can imbue into jutsu to use this ninjutsu stuff.
And the fingertip motions, that is important.
That's
right?
just ways to channel your chakra.
Okay.
Yeah, I also don't understand why that would be forbidden. Like, there are some forbidden jutsu that are like, okay, I get it. This one, I don't really get it.
No, me neither. Especially because
you could do some pretty crazy stuff with it, I'd imagine. But I guess just genjutsu in general, should be forbidden then.
You want your people to do pretty crazy stuff.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
That is true.
Protect the village.
No one knows this jutsu either. This is a spoiler, but it's a very stupid one. But other people could use the freaking shadow clone jutsu.
It's true.
Yeah, I wasn't even sure, because in the Viz manga that we're reading, they call it real flesh and blood, but it's still shadow clones, right?
Yes. Kagebunshin no jutsu.
Although I'd imagine maybe in that scroll there's many jutsu, some of which are far worse and more dangerous than just the first one, you know?
Yeah, that's a good save, yeah. Because that is a big scroll for one technique.
Yeah.
No,
we've seen later on in the series some jutsu that have been used that hey, maybe the general public should not know about this. And I'm not going to spoil.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Nah, bro, every single jutsu should be public knowledge, except for Sharingan jutsu.
Yeah, even the one some Hokages have used, huh?
Tell me one jutsu aside from a Sharingan jutsu.
If this is going to get into spoilers.
I can't say it. That's why I said one Hokage.
It's not really spoilers, because you're not going to know what he's talking about.
I know exactly what you mean, Briggs. I know exactly the one you're thinking of.
What the hell?
I think
Which one?
we can... think we can call it a day for now, guys. This is the end of the first episode of the Naruto Virgin. Next week, we're covering chapters 10 to 20. And we're continuing the journey. And I hope there is, hold on. I hope there is a memorial for our boy Kakashi, who died in chapter 9.
Yeah, I can't believe they killed him in chapter 9. He was so cool. But can I just ask you your thoughts on the bell test, like compared to other anime like startings?
I thought it was really good, actually. I mean, for example, if we compare it to One Piece definitely, I feel like the fights don't start as soon, right?
I mean, you have like stupid fights, like Naruto, Luffy punches Alvida and Buggy.
Yeah, but like this is actually like really well thought out. Strategies coming into play, philosophy of the teamwork and all that stuff. I thought that was really good, and the fact that it happened so quickly, I think it really kind of sets the stage.
I think Romance Dawn is a better start, but I think the first 9 chapters or 10 chapters compared to the first 10 chapters of One Piece, Naruto actually has a stronger start.
I think so.
Yeah, Naruto has a really good start. I actually prefer Naruto to Shippuden, personally.
Well, that's not a controversial take there, my guy.
Just letting you guys know. That's controversial.
Man, Go's got to get used to Nuxie Boy.
No, I mean, I'm not going to lie. If you're going to say that you have a take, it better be controversial, okay?
Not all takes have to be controversial. You can just say what
every
you prefer.
take has to be controversial, or else it's not a take.
Well, Naruto sucks.
That's a take.
That's a take for the Naruto version right there.
There we go.
Well,
you know what? Maybe this will change my mind because I enjoyed the hell out of the first 9 chapters. And you know what? When I first watched Naruto,
it's really good, man.
I didn't know what filler was. I didn't know filler. I'm like, what? These episodes just suck, right? And there was a lot of filler in Naruto. The original Naruto was like 45% filler. Shippuden was like 65% filler or something like that. So maybe my experience will be different this time around.
I'm probably gonna be the most biased. Okay, go ahead.
Guys, hold on. We are reading the manga, obviously, so we're not gonna have the fillers. I think that's a good thing.
Although in regards
to
the manga,
all I have to say is I love the absolute crap out of Naruto.
Yeah, me too.
So I mean,
I will say that the anime, there's some things that, like the music, for example, Naruto sitting on that swing, like. It didn't hit me in the feels at all in the manga, but even just watching it after having already known it's going to happen, when you see a clip on Twitter or something of Naruto with that sad music, it just hits different.
I think the music in Naruto, personally, I think the music enhances the experience so much.
Quite a bit.
Like, yes. I think the Naruto OST compared to the One Piece OST, they're not in the same league. I think Naruto's is a million times better.
I agree.
And some of the intros are really good, too.
Yeah, but not in Naruto. The intros in Shippuden are good, but the intros in Naruto are kind of cringe.
Music always does that in anime, but I mean, doing the manga, so that's what we're sticking to.
There was a couple moments. It's like, so how did Naruto attack? Was it Azumi? Is that the guy's name?
Yeah.
Was it a headbutt?
Mizuki.
Was it a headbutt? Or was it a punch?
Yeah.
There was a moment when they attacked.
It was a headbutt.
Oh no. That was when Iruka was him, right?
Yeah, that wasn't Naruto.
Maybe. Either way, I couldn't tell from the manga. It was actually off of memory. I'm like, it looks like it was a headbutt, but it could have been a punch. I don't know, based on the drawing alone.
It was like a tackle, yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't know what it was that he attacked. And there was other moments as well. It's like, for example, if they didn't... anyway, there's pros and cons to both, right?
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, if someone wants to watch the anime too, that they're welcome to, but it's just it would take longer. The last thing I wanted to point out. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you guys: is Shippuden a separate manga, or was that just like an anime thing?
No, it's an anime thing. It's the same.
Yeah, it's like Dragon Ball Z kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, cool. Sounds good, guys. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Naruto Virgin will be live on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/RantCafe. Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So like New York time, Toronto time. And we also have the One Piece Virgin, if you want to check that out. We have the Rank of Anime podcast, a more general anime podcast. So check us out. Gozen, Nakstaku, and Briggs. Thank you guys for joining me. And everyone else in the chat and everyone who's listening. We love you. Thank you. And until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.
Bang.
Bang.